Before we get into this video, don't forget to check out OneFootball, the sponsors of this series. You can download their app for free using the link in the description. You can use the app to check out the latest news in the sport, also to keep track of your favourite teams' live scores, fixtures and results. There's plenty of other features on the app as well, so be sure to check it out. Like I say, it's completely free, so you may as well give it a go. So guys, welcome back to another video and welcome to this week's Team of the Week predictions. Team of the Week 17 is up next. That will be released on Wednesday, and to be honest with you guys, it's not really looking like an amazing Team of the Week. It's looking like a pretty average one, and I don't expect EA to be too lenient with their picks either, with Team of the Year being released tomorrow. So they don't really need a Team of the Week to sell packs when Team of the Year will be doing that. So like I say, I'm expecting a pretty average Team of the Week, but who knows what we'll get on Wednesday. Nonetheless, if you guys could leave a like rating on this video, that would be very much appreciated, and in the comment section down below, let me know who you think will get an inform in the coming week. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel as well if you're new around here, and that will really help me and the channel as a whole grow towards the next milestone, which is around 70,000 subscribers. So if we can hit that relatively soon, that would be pretty awesome. Anyway, don't really have too much to say today, so let's just get into my predictions and let's see which players I've got to highlight this week. It's obviously still worth noting that a lot of leagues are still on their winter break, so obviously not every league is going to have a representative in Team of the Week. I think Team of the Week 17 will mainly be made up of Premier League players, La Liga players, a couple from the Serie A, and maybe one or two from the A-League and Portuguese League as well. And of course, there'll be plenty of the English lower divisions involved in the upcoming Team of the Week too. Right then, let's get into the predictions then. We're going to start with some goalkeepers, and we're going to go for a free goalkeeper Team of the Week. Now, we've had two of these already in FIFA 20, one in Team of the Week 1, and the other actually came in Team of the Week 11, so maybe we could see a third free goalkeeper Team of the Week this week. The reason I'm going for free is because there isn't too many standout outfielder options, so let's discuss the three I have chosen to highlight. The first one is Sirigu, Torino's goalkeeper. He made 6 or 7 saves in a win against Roma, and obviously got a clean sheet as well. This is a pretty big win for Torino, and yeah, Sirigu put in some pretty big stops. Now, if he doesn't get an inform this week, I feel like Belotti will instead, but I'm going to go for Sirigu. But like I say, wouldn't be surprised to see Belotti. The next player we're going to talk about is a player whose name I am almost definitely going to butcher. VLACHODIMOS is what I'm going to go for, but as I said, I've probably got that wrong. He put in a pretty good performance in a win for Benfica. He made 4 saves and claimed a clean sheet in a 1-0 win against Vitória. So maybe he could be the bench goalkeeper this week. He could also be the first team goalkeeper, depending on how EA do it. The final player I'm going to include in my predictions this week is Paul Farman of Stevenage. And the reason I'm including him is because he made double-figure saves. He made 10 saves in a 0-0 draw against Colchester. And like I said yesterday, Stevenage are currently battling, well, they're in a relegation battle, so that point was pretty key against a pretty good Colchester side who are currently just on the edge of the playoff spots in that division. On the first page of Defenders this week, we've got a couple of interesting looking items, and 2 of them actually have a green link together, which is kind of nice, I guess. Anyway, let's talk about these players. Let's go from right to left. Let's first talk about the Valencia centre-back, Diakaby, whose name I'm probably pronouncing incorrectly. Nonetheless, the guy got himself man of the match and put in a very key tackle in Valencia's 1-0 win against Eibar. Got a good match rating, and that combined with a clean sheet may be enough to see him pick up his first inform of FIFA 20. In the middle of the page, we have a potential second inform, Rafael Varane. He got himself 2 goals and recorded a clean sheet in a 3-0 win against Getafe. Now, normally that would guarantee an inform, and I personally think it should guarantee an inform. However, it is worth pointing out that Varane's first inform came out just 3 weeks ago, I think it was. Team of the Week 13 it might have been, so 3 or 4 weeks ago. So because of that, EA might not include him, because this year they don't seem to like to put too many informs too close together, which is understandable. So if we don't see an inform Varane this week, although I think we definitely should, we might see an inform Courtois instead, so do look out for that one. Finally, the last defender on this page is, of course, Arsenal's Sokratis. Now, I really struggled with this pick, to be honest. I definitely think there'll be an Arsenal in form in Team of the Week 17. It's just which player gets it. We've got the choice of Pepe, David Luiz and Sokratis. Those are the three main standouts. I suppose you could include Torreira as well, who was really good in that game, but I'm going to stick with them main three candidates. And this is the reason I've gone for Sokratis. Obviously, he got the goal and the clean sheet, and put in a really good performance and got good match ratings. I've disincluded David Luiz, and the reason for that is I feel like David Luiz is going to be involved somehow in the Team of the Year promo. He might get one of the flashback cards or the player moments cards, so that's why I think they might avoid Luiz in Team of the Week. And I'm unsure about Pepe getting into the upcoming Team of the Week with him just registering one goal officially. Obviously, he was heavily involved in the other goal. In fact, he actually indirectly set up Sokratis, so he does have 2 goal involvements technically, but I don't think that'll be enough to see Pepe included. But I could be wrong, and I actually hope I'm wrong because I've got to want to watch Pepe in my club. But nonetheless, I feel like Sokratis is the more safer option for EA to go with. But I guess we'll see what happens on Wednesday. Who do you guys think will get the inform? Pepe, David Luiz or Sokratis? Let me know in the comments. On the next page, we have a bit of a mix of players, and we're going to go from left to right. So let's talk about Wilfred Ndidi, who got himself an assist and got a pretty good match rating in a 3-0 win for Leicester against Newcastle. Now, also in this game, James Maddison got himself a goal and a decent match rating too, so he could potentially pick up the inform instead. But I'm going to go for Ndidi just because I've seen him involved in more of the quote-unquote Premier League team of the weeks. So that's why I'm going for him. But as I say, wouldn't be shocked to see a second inform Maddison instead. Stevens is next to him. I feel like Southampton might have a shout for an inform in the upcoming Team of the Week. They beat Tottenham 1-0. And I did want to go with Alex McCarthy, but I've got other goalkeeper options instead. So I'm going to go for the next best option, which is Stevens, who put in a really good performance in the centre-back role and maybe could get into the upcoming Team of the Week. If he was a gold player, then I'd be a bit more confident in this one. But with him being a silver, I'm quite unsure if I'm being honest. Over on the right, we have Ricardo Horta. He got himself 2 goals and an assist in a huge 7-1 win for Braga. As you can imagine, with his side winning 7-1, there are plenty of candidates to come from this game. Namely, Paulinho, the striker, who got himself a goal and 2 assists in this game. And there were a bunch of other players who could be in line for an inform as well, because yeah, as you can imagine, with them winning 7-1, there are plenty of players who got themselves involved in a goal or 2. Next, we have 3 players from 3 different leagues, 2 of which I feel confident in, 1 of which not so much, and we'll talk about that in a moment. So let's talk about the ones I'm confident in first. Nicky Maynard could get a second inform on Wednesday. He got himself a hat-trick in a 3-2 win against Cambridge. Since he's now classed as a gold player because his first inform is a gold card, he's got a very good chance at being included. Valbuena could pick up his first special card of FIFA 20. He was involved in Olympiakos' 1-0 win against Panathinaikos. Obviously, that game is a pretty big rivalry in Greece, and I do expect an inform to come from that match. Now, in that game, El Arabi got the only goal, so he could get the inform instead, but I'm opting for the midfielder who got the assist for that goal instead. Finally, on the end, we have the Turkish forward Ünal, who got himself 2 goals in a 2-2 draw. Now, because the game ended in a draw, I'm not particularly confident in this pick, but not too many forwards actually did more than 2 goals this week, so that's the reason I am including him, but like I say, not particularly confident with that selection. Now let's talk about some hat-tricks, shall we? 2 of the 3 players on this page got themselves hat-trick, and I do feel pretty confident in saying that all 3 of these should be in Team of the Week 17, especially the one in the middle and the one on the right. So let's talk about these players, shall we? And we're actually going to talk about the Stoke forward, Tyrese Campbell first, who I'm unsure whether he'd get a striker or a right wing card, if I'm being honest, but I've just kept it as a striker card for the time being. Nonetheless, he got himself 2 goals and an assist in a 5-2 win against Huddersfield, getting a pretty good match rating as well, so he could potentially get his first inform of FIFA 20 this week. Nakiwell should definitely be in the Team of the Week. He got 3 goals goals and an assist in a very big 6-1 win for QPR against Cardiff. That's a huge scoreline, and an inform should definitely come from this game. And with Naki Wells being involved in 4 of his side's 6 goals, it's really hard to deny him a spot. Not a single one of them goals was a penalty either, so he should be guaranteed an inform. The same can be said for Matt Godden, who got himself a hat-trick. Like, EA ignored him last week when he scored a hat-trick. They can't ignore a hat-trick 2 weeks in a row, surely not. So definitely expect to see Godden in Team of the Week 17. We're now going to discuss 2 Englishmen. We have Mark Noble and Jack Grealish. Noble got himself 2 goals in a 4-0 win for West Ham against Bournemouth. And 2 goals for a midfielder could definitely be enough to be included this week. One of the goals was a penalty, but like I said, 2 goals for a midfielder this week I think could more than be enough. Jack Grealish got himself a goal in a 2-1 win for Aston Villa against Burnley. It was a very nice goal as well, and the kid's been on fire recently. He's the definition of an inform player, and maybe this week will be the week he gets a second inform item. The final player on this page is the Porto and Brazilian forward Suarez, who got himself a goal in a win for Porto. He got himself a goal in their 2-1 win against Sporting. Now, 1 goal normally isn't enough for a forward, but with this match being pretty big in the Portuguese league, I feel like it's got a good chance of happening. Potential other options to come from this game include Marega, who got the other goal, and also Alex Telles, who got an assist for 1 of the goals. On the penultimate page, we just have 2 items to talk about. Diego Castro, I am still wondering how the hell he was not in last week's Team of the Week. Get this right, last week he got 2 goals and 2 assists in a 6-2 win. Like, how did EA miss that? That's insane. I don't know how he wasn't included last week. Anyway, he followed that performance up this past week with a goal and an assist in a 3-0 win against Central Coast Mariners. So he's technically the definition of an informed player, so maybe this will be the week that he does indeed get selected. Also on this page, we have Atletico Madrid's Felipe. He got himself a goal in his side's 2-1 win. Now, yeah, he did concede, but he got a good match rating, so that's why I'm going to go for him. He scored in a 2-1 win against Levante. On the final page this week, we've actually got some pretty nice looking forward items, which in reality shouldn't actually cost that much, especially with it being a Team of the Year week. So these items, although look pretty good, could end up being relatively cheap due to the amount of packs that are going to be opened this week. So we'll start with Deulofeu, who got himself a goal and an assist in a 2-1 win for Watford against Wolves. He didn't get the best match rating, to be honest, but 2 goal involvements and a big win for his side could be enough to see him included. And like I said in yesterday's video, I'd really like this inform to happen because Deulofeu's non-inform in FIFA is pretty OP, and an inform variant would be pretty cool. Ciro Immobile could get yet another special item. He got himself 2 goals in a 2-1 win for Lazio. 1 of the goals was a penalty, but like I say, there hasn't been too many high-scoring forwards this week, so 2 goals could be enough. He also got a pretty solid match rating from Gazzetta 2, which can only aid his cause. The final player we're going to talk about this week is a potential inform Jesus, which I think is going to happen. He got 2 goals in Manchester City's 2-1 win against Everton. So finally, we're going to get a special Gabriel Jesus card in Ultimate Team. Anyway guys, those are my predictions for Team of the Week 17. I'm fully aware it doesn't look like the most amazing one, but like I've said numerous times, with Team of the Year coming out this week, I doubt EA will be looking to stack up Team of the Week 17 too much. So it'll be interesting to see what this Team of the Week looks like come Wednesday. Anyway, we're coming towards the end of the video now. If you have enjoyed it or found it useful, please do leave a like rating on it in the comment section down below. Let me know who you think will feature in Team of the Week 17. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Thanks for watching, and as always, I'll catch you in the next one.